Jey Uso and Tama Tonga who were going to start this thing off. So it was Jacob Fatu and main event Jey Uso last night on Friday Night SmackDown, one-on-one to determine who would get the advantage heading into this War Games match. Well, Jacob Fatu in very convincing fashion defeated the Yeet Master main event Jey Uso and giving the new Bloodline the advantage in this match. So once the first timer goes off after this, once this match gets underway, the new Bloodline will have the advantage. And having the advantage, there's a reason they call it the advantage. It's the numbers game for a little bit. It's that extra time with numbers game. The numbers game that can be the big difference maker, and especially with these types of matches. It's so tough on your body to step into a cage like this. The structure alone is tough. The length of the match, how far you have to go, what you have to survive. You've got so many variables in this match. There are 10 WWE superstars that are going to be in the ring at once by the time this match is over. And with all these variables, there are so many things that can go right, but there's also so many things that can go wrong. There's so much damage that all these men can do to each other. So many moving parts in this match with the story of the Bloodline and the OG Bloodline. As the bell rings, the 5-minute timer begins, and after 5 minutes, Tama Tonga is going to get some help with the advantage being given to them at the hands of Jacob Fatu last night on Friday Night SmackDown. Jey Uso, with caution, going to approach Tama Tonga, who's in the corner up on that top turnbuckle. And Tama Tonga is just, got a couple screws loose, maybe a few. This is going to be an interesting stare down between these two. It's the mind games that comes with the Bloodline, the mind games that Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, Guerrillas of Destiny, main event Jey Uso and his brother Jimmy, the Usos. What an interesting tag team match that would be, but we're getting main event Jey Uso and Tama Tonga right now. Guerrillas of Destiny made such a big impact in Japan. And to find their way to the WWE, to be with Solo Sikoa to swear and fight for Solo Sikoa with every ounce of their being has been such a unique factor to the new Bloodline. And pretty much helping, shift the momentum of what's been going on in WWE after the fall of Roman Reigns, losing the championship to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Everything really started to work in the favor of Solo Sikoa, who felt the need to pick up the mantle. He wanted to pick up the mantle. He felt it was his right to be the new tribal chief after Roman Reigns could not hold up his end of the bargain at WrestleMania when he lost the title to the American Nightmare. Right now, Jey Uso is really bringing the fight to Tama Tonga with an enziguri. Uh-oh. Oh, went for the enziguri, but Tama Tonga ducked and got out of harm's way. And a clothesline now taking out main event Jey Uso. Look inside the cage of the new Bloodline. Double axe handle again to the back. Now we are 2.5 minutes. And Tama Tonga, who's already in control, is going to get even more help. A little bit of a gator roll there. And a breakaway arrow. It was almost a suplex, but decided to turn it into like a falcon arrow of some sort. Tama Tonga with these clubbing blows to the face. Jey just being laid to waste by Tama Tonga. Soon enough, Tama Tonga is going to have his backup, and things are going to get a hell of a lot worse for main event Jey Uso. Over the top rope senton, taking out main event Jey Uso. And a clubbing blow. Oh, but Jay's trying to fight back. And again, main event Jey Uso with a clubbing blow. Countered by Tama Tonga. Jey Uso whipped in the corner hard. Took that buckle hard. And Tama Tonga mocking main event Jey Uso. What a splash. Trying to go for the cover. I think Tama Tonga forgot the rules of the match. But that's just how unhinged and crazy he can be. He's just so focused on, just inflicting pain. Sometimes you forget the rules and it happens. And Tama Tonga just stalking main event Jey Uso like prey. Went for a clothesline, but main event Jey Uso ducked. Enziguri. Step up. Takes out Tama Tonga. Jey Uso's got Tonga right where he wants him. But in just a few seconds, Tama Tonga's going to have some extra help. Jay backing into the corner with a hip attack. Tama Tonga. Who's coming out next? Uh-oh. Things are going to get really bad for a main event Jey Uso. 300 plus pounds of big Bronson Reed. And he's looking for something. I don't know what. Big Bronson Reed looking for some sort of weapon under the ring to use. As if his body isn't a weapon of mass destruction in its own being. He needs chairs upon chairs upon chairs. Just launching the chair at Reed as main event Jey Uso, and another one being launched at Reed. Desperation, but just swatting the chair out of the way. Jay's going to have to use quickness over Big Bronson Reed. And that's no easy task with the damage that's already been done. I'm just getting taken out. It's like running into a brick wall, getting caught. If brick walls could move, it would be Big Bronson Reed. And then you think about the way he crashes down on you when he uses his tsunami. It makes it all the worse. Saying for Tama to come on, let's make this a lot worse for main event Jey Uso. This 2-on-1 attack. Big Bronson Reed is already like two regular men. And the fact that he's one monster and along with a psychotic person and Tama Tonga, just unhinged. It's just getting a whole lot worse for Jey Uso. Jey Uso starting this, almost wishing, you gotta wonder if he's regretting wishing that he started this match. 1:20, Jey Uso will get some help. Whatever's left, they may have to use a shovel. Whoever comes out for the OG Bloodline, I would bring a shovel with you. Because you may have to scrape up the remains of whatever's left of Jey Uso after this 2-on-1 attack by Tama Tonga and Big Bronson Reed. It's going to be rough. It's going to be a rough watch this next minute as Jay awaits help. The time couldn't be any sooner. It couldn't come any quicker for main event Jey Uso, who's in desperate need of help in an absolute moment of struggle. Moments of struggle. Earlier tonight, we saw Team Rhea win the Women's War Games. And now it's time to see what's going to happen between the OG Bloodline and the new Bloodline. Right now, the new Bloodline absolutely demolishing main event Jey Uso right now with Big Bronson Reed and Tama Tonga working very well together as a cohesive unit. And now now with Jey Uso just flatten out. They await the next who's going to enter the ring. And it's Big Jim. Jay's brother Jimmy making his way to the ring, making a beeline. Big Jim coming to the aid of his brother. Enziguri. Now an Enziguri for Big Bronson Reed. What a thunderous chop to the chest of Big Bronson Reed as main event. Jey Uso finally gets himself some help. A double super kick to the midsection. One of the greatest tag teams of all time. And Tama Tonga back to vertical base, going to work on Jay. Jimmy gets the boot up. Uppercut to Tama Tonga. And now it's Jimmy heading up to the top. Corkscrew. Corkscrew moonsault taken out. The new Bloodline. Big Bronson Reed and Tama Tonga both laid out. Look at that beautiful corkscrew by Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso digging into the playbook. Now trying to pull up his brother Jay. The world is talking about Survivor Series on X. And a splash to Big Bronson Reed. It's going to take a lot of people to keep down Big Bronson Reed. The monster that is Big Bronson Reed. And another splash. This one for Tama Tonga. Minute and a half. And once again, the new Bloodline will have the numbers game. And when the match will begin, when all 10 superstars, 5 members of each team, are in the ring, the bell will ring after the cage closes. But we've got quite a bit of way to go. There's going to be a lot more carnage before we can get to that. And then after that, there's going to be even more carnage because that's when the fun really happens. That's when you can go for the victory, for pinfall or submission. Double uppercut by the Usos. What a shot. Nails Big Bronson Reed. The Usos receiving a standing ovation. The newly reformed Usos. And in 20 seconds, Tama Tonga and Big Bronson Reed going to get some help. It could perhaps be Tonga. It could also be the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Perhaps, maybe Sol Sikoa. But it seems like Tonga going to make his way out. Oh, no. Holding back? Oh, no. As if there wasn't enough carnage being caused. Say your prayers for the OG Bloodline because the Samoan Werewolf is making his way to the ring. Jacob Fatu. He's the one who gained the advantage. He defeated main event Jey Uso, so the new Bloodline could have this advantage. And it's already, we've seen what he can do when it's just a regular match. Imagine what it's going to be like. The Usos realize they're going to have to work together the best they can to take out Jacob Fatu. And that's easier said than done. Turn around. Samoan drop takes out Jacob Fatu, who just kicked right back up like nothing ever happened. And just taking out Jey Uso like a torpedo. And Jacob Fatu just taking over. That was a brilliant call by Solo. You got to give credit where credit's due. Holding back Tonga Loa to make sure Jacob Fatu could take care of and make work of the Usos right now. The back of the head of Jimmy Uso connecting with the steel. And saying, I'm still your tribal chief. With 1:40 to go. That 1:40 is going to feel like an eternity for the Usos. As Jacob Fatu is going to enjoy every second of the pain he inflicts on the Usos. Oh! Handspring. I don't even know where Jacob Fatu comes from. Where is he from? Because somebody like Jacob Fatu should not be able to do the things he's able to do. His athleticism, his strength, his power, his rabidness is just incredible. You talk about aura, that word gets thrown around Solo gave Jacob Fatu the opportunity to be in the WWE and taken full advantage of it, taking out the new Bloodline. Fatu has been waiting to come to WWE his whole life. And with all the trials and tribulations, it took Solo Sikoa to bring him in. You know, Roman Reigns and the Usos, they talked about the reason that they never brought in Jacob Fatu. The man's got a criminal record. The man is as dangerous as they come. Who's going in? Who's going? Oh, Roman Reigns blocking off CM Punk, who seemed to be ready to go. Instead, it's going to be Sami Zayn. Roman Reigns has a better plan, it seems. This is interesting. I don't think that's going to sit well between Roman Reigns and CM Punk. It's now Sami Zayn. Jimmy going to help out Jimmy and Jay. The third Uso, Sami Uso now coming in. Now Sami unloading. Springs up and over. Tama Tonga, clothesline. Sami Zayn fired up. It's going to be no easy task to go after Big Bronson Reed, though. You know, and now it's going to be what once CM Punk, you know, gets in there, it's going to be what CM Punk wants to do. Roman Reigns kind of drew that line in the sand when he blocked off CM Punk from getting out of the shark cage and saying, hey, Sami Zayn, you go on. You know, Roman Reigns managed a team with Cody Rhodes. So it's not, you know, far-fetched to say that Roman Reigns and CM Punk can work as a cohesive unit. Punk is going to be the big wild card in this match. Punk is doing a favor for Paul Heyman. And a super kick. And down goes Jacob Fatu. Are we going to get it? And we're getting it. Let's take a look at this high cross body. Got caught by Jacob Fatu. But Big Jim to the rescue. Now the Usos and Sami Zayn in control. We don't know what Punk is getting out of this. Punk is doing a favor for Paul Heyman. Not sure what that favor is. Because Punk could care less about any of these other superstars in this match. Could care less about the new Bloodline, the old Bloodline. He's doing this for Paul Heyman, someone who believed in him since the beginning of his career. Someone who helped him get to the WWE. Someone who was there during his historic 434-day reign as WWE Champion. Once again, the new Bloodline will have the advantage. Who is going to be the next man into this match? Oh no, there comes the Impaler. DDT taking out Big Jimmy Uso. And this time, Solo Sikoa allows Tama Tonga to enter this. Solo Sikoa had a better plan. And this time it's going to be Tama Tonga. Tonga Loa makes his way to the ring. And now it becomes 4-on-3 as we get closer and closer to all 10 men being in the ring. He's got a table. Former tag team champion alongside Tama Tonga. Why does Jacob... I just gotta wonder. Why Jacob Fatu is a dangerous on his own. Why does he need a table? And now 2 tables. And now the new Bloodline's brought in 2 tables. As if these teams needed weapons to even begin with. The 4 men in the match. Big for the new Bloodline. Big Bronson Reed. Tama Tonga, who started this thing. Jacob Fatu, and the man who just entered, Tonga Loa. Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga making up Gorillas of Destiny. Spent some time in New Japan. Big Bronson Reed placing a chair. Got something in mind for main event Jey Uso. Sami Zayn laid out by Gorillas of Destiny. And a big boot. Oh! Look at the way that Jacob Fatu just sent Jimmy Uso into the steel cage. Tonga Loa. Look at the way that Sami Zayn bounced off the cage. Tonga Loa with a splash. Taking out Sami Zayn. Oh, look at that. Beautiful moonsault. Nobody like Jacob Fatu. Look at the deranged look in the eyes of the Samoan werewolf. You know, it's just how Jacob Fatu was raised. It's how he came up. It's the way he had to scratch and claw to get here to the big stage, to the WWE. He didn't have an easy time doing it. And now with the Usos and Sami Zayn in all kinds of trouble. It's about to become a 4-on-4. Who's it going to be? Is Roman Reigns going to go out, or is it going to be CM Punk? CM Punk just going to sit there. Oh, no. CM Punk brushing past Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns did not like that one bit. CM Punk enters War Games. In his first ever War Games match, just embarrassing the original Tribal Chief as he brushed past him. There's only one man who's crazy enough to enter the ring with all these crazy animals right in front of him. And that's CM Punk. Roman Reigns displeased. That look, shaking his head. Where's CM Punk going? Oh, boy. Oh, boy, the last time CM Punk had a red toolbox, there was a lot of blood, and McIntyre required a lot of stitches. Boom! Right to the head of Fatu. To Tama Tonga. For Tonga Loa. For Reed. One of the best in the business. The best in the world. Sometimes it takes an equalizer when you've got rabid dogs in the ring. And wearing out the new Bloodline. Taking out Tonga Loa. And a running knee into the corner. That's vintage CM Punk. And in a minute and a half, we're going to get Solo Sikoa as we start to fill this ring up. And it's 8 men in the ring right. Oh! Jacob Fatu stands up on that running bulldog on the... Uh-oh. CM Punk, I would turn around. I don't think CM Punk has ever faced somebody like Jacob Fatu before. I don't even know how Jacob Fatu is standing. Pop up! Samoan drop! Jacob Fatu is not even human. I mean, there is a reason they call him the Samoan werewolf. He's more werewolf than he is Samoan, I'll tell you that much. I bet if you got blood work done and you did a DNA test, I guarantee in that DNA test it would say that Jacob Fatu is, without a doubt, actually part werewolf. And now it's about to become a 5-on-4. Jacob Fatu. It's just something different. And now Here comes the new tribal chief, Solo Sikoa. He was once upon a time self-proclaimed, but has, made it known that he is the tribal chief. But this may be Roman Reigns' only hope. This match could be Roman Reigns' only hope in stopping Solo Sikoa. Well, one of them only has a true tribe. Solo Sikoa has true warriors. As they all acknowledge him, CM Punk starting to attack from behind. Oh! Solo closing the cage on Sami Zayn. And now it's going to be Now it's going to be Jay's turn. Oh! Closing the cage on Jay. And now to Jimmy Uso. And now Solo just relentless. Like a absolute mercenary. Solo, the only member of his team who's ever been in a War Games match before. And a spinning Solo takes out Sami Zayn. Sami hasn't been able to do much. This new Bloodline is absolutely unstoppable. There's going to be a lot of time to decimate the OG Bloodline, or whatever is making this OG Bloodline, plus CM Punk, who's been a bit of an X factor in this match. The new Bloodline is working so well as a cohesive unit. The fallen OTC who fell back at WrestleMania 40 was told by the American Nightmare that he'd be a chief without a tribe, and what happened? A chief without a tribe. The Usos stacked on each other by Jacob Fatu, moonsaults both of them. The original Bloodline being absolutely laid out. And now Bronson Reed's time. So, Nami takes out Sami Zayn. And there's only one man left to enter. It's just a matter of time. Look at the athleticism. Mind-blowing just how incredible Jacob Fatu's agility is. And then that tsunami with all that weight crashing down. Punk, rebellious as ever, will, despite it being a 5-on-4, will still fight. I mean, you got to know this is going to end this way. The Bloodline are stronger than they've ever been because of Solo. Solo just waiting for Roman Reigns. Solo Sikoa locking the cage. Brought his own lock and chain. Now Roman Reigns can't enter. That's going to be a problem. And the OTC may have just gotten outsmarted by Solo Sikoa. Solo used to be the right-hand man. Solo used to be the man that made sure Roman Reigns would retain his title time after time. But tonight, Solo's the man who may have just outsmarted Roman Reigns. And now Roman Reigns going to have to figure out what he's going to have to do to get back in this. Can Roman Reigns get back in this? And Roman Reigns can't get in the ring, but that asking for a key. And so the match doesn't officially start. Roman Reigns is going to have to climb. There's only one way to get in. That's climbing. Roman Reigns scaling the cage. But they're all going to be waiting for him. That's the problem. Roman Reigns is going to have to fight him off in the meantime. Now big Bronson Reed heading up. Roman Reigns sending Reed. Oh, the family jewels of Reed crash and burn. Jacob Fatu kicked away by Reigns. And the OTC and the new Tribal Chief going at it. Roman Reigns is now in the match. You don't see Roman Reigns up at the top too often. High cross body. Well, the match is officially, I guess the match has officially begun. Roman Reigns having to be a one-man army, a one-man wrecking machine to pick up the slack. All the damage that's been done to the OG Bloodline. And now helping Big Jim up. And just staring at CM Punk. Knowing no interest in helping CM Punk, but it'll help Sami Zayn. Uh-oh. And now, with all 10 men are up on their feet, it seems there's going to be some dissension. And the bell is rung. Now War Games can begin. Paul Heyman just screaming, wanting for Punk and Roman just to work through this. And whatever happens next is whatever. But Punk doing a favor for Paul Heyman. And now War Games can officially begin as all 10 of these men stare at each other. And now everything comes ahead. And in between the ring, the in-ring, the middle of the ring, the connector, that's where they're at. They were trapped between two rings, but now there's chaos in both rings. Too hard to call the action. Sami Zayn going after the biggest dog in the fight, Big Bronson Reed. Tornado DDT takes out Reed. Double axe handle. And now Tonga Loa going to turn his attention to Sami Zayn. The brothers going to work together. Talking about brothers that work together. Main event, Jey Uso and Big Jim. Going to work together. The Usos, one of the most decorated tag teams in WWE history. And opposing corners with a very familiar look. A double Uso splash that has won them tag team championships after tag team championships. But there comes Solo Sikoa and the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu, back into the fray. And Jay sent into the steel by Solo. And now it's CM Punk and Roman in the other ring. How apropos, how ironic is it that it's CM Punk and Roman Reigns who are in the ring? You're going to have to work together, if per se. Roman and Punk working on Solo and Fatu. Solo going after Roman. Jacob going after Punk. And now CM Punk is about to be impaled. Oh, counter. Got caught. Roman Reigns accidentally spearing CM Punk. Oh, no. Uh-oh. They were already having their issues. Samoan Spike. That's going to do it. Oh! But Roman Reigns just barely kicking out before the 3. We got to take another look at this one more time. It was on accident. Solo able to get out of the way. It was unintentional. But Punk isn't going to know that. But I don't think Punk even knows where he is at this point. Because Death Valley Driver. And now setting up is Jacob Fatu with him. I think Fatu's leg gave out. A blessing in disguise for CM Punk. The leg of Jacob Fatu just gave out. That's devastating for Jacob Fatu, but a blessing for the OG Bloodline. Could be a big turning point in this match. What a shot from Big Jim to Tongaloa. And right in the steel, Tongaloa sends Big Jim into the cage. This has been a massacre. All kinds of chaos going on. It's been all new Bloodline since the get-go. With the advantage that Jacob Fatu won for them. You know, one team is a real team and the other is kind of working together. Look at the wounded werewolf pushing through. Reigns, desperate times for desperate measures and a spear to Solo. Oh, but a huge kick by Reed. Spoiling the comeback of Roman Reigns. Uh-oh. And he's climbing. Is he gonna... No. No. Are you kidding me? Bronson Reed is not gonna do this. It's over for Roman Reigns. Any chance Roman Reigns had of bringing back the Bloodline, the OG Bloodline. On top of the War Games cage. And Punk saves Reigns. Just in the nick of time. Punk came to the rescue of Roman Reigns. It seemed Punk realized that it was an accident. That spear was an accident as Punk saved Roman Reigns from a catastrophe, from a massive tsunami. Punk somehow had the wherewithal to push through to get Roman Reigns off the table. And Roman Reigns extending the hand to CM Punk with a peace offering to CM Punk. And this, oh, but Jacob Fatu spoiling the moment. Oh, and a Superman punch from Reigns. Samoan spike by Solo. And again. And a super kick by the Usos. Double super kick. Jacob Fatu sending the Usos on the other side. The amount of damage. Oh, super kick by Jay. And now a super kick by Jimmy. There's all kinds of chaos going on. And 1D. It's been a little bit since we've seen a little bit of 1D. And down since day one with a bit of 1D. And Jimmy Uso makes the climb. And Jay setting up the table to take out Jacob Fatu. They're going to take out Jacob Fatu. But Tonga Loa. And a spear to Tonga Loa. But here comes Tama Tonga. And Sami Zayn, Blue Thunder Bomb takes out Tama Tonga. And no. From the top rope. And Jimmy thinking otherwise. Jimmy's got some crazy ideas. Didn't work out for Big Bronson Reed earlier. Will it work out for Big Jimmy Uso? From high above. Uso splash. From the top of the cage. I guess that's what it takes to keep down a Samoan werewolf. Everybody's down. Paul Heyman with a big smile on his face. He's loving what he's seeing. Sammy coming to Jimmy's aid. And now it's Sammy helping up helping up Jay. Main event, Jey Uso and Big Jim. And now with the three back to their feet. They go to the other side. They go to the other ring. Helping up CM Punk, who's been through it. And now they're coming to the aid of Roman Reigns. The original Bloodline ready to finish this. And Sol Sikoa's all alone. Oh no. Sometimes, you know what they say? You reap what you sow. And Sol Sikoa finding out what happens when you mess with the wrong people. Super kick from Jay. Super kick from Jimmy. Double super kick from the Usos. Haluva kick by Sami Zayn. Punk has Solo up with a GTS. And a spear to Solo. Reigns covers. And the OG Bloodline have defeated the new Bloodline. And the OG Bloodline with the addition of CM Punk. Stand tall. CM Punk not in the mix of their hugging circle. CM Punk watching from the distance. CM Punk held his end of the bargain. But you gotta wonder what the favor is. You don't really win a war. You only survive. Well, and the OG Bloodline survived here at Survivor Series. CM Punk and Roman Reigns stare down at each other. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. Roman Reigns having to dig down deep with a low blow to Jacob Fatu. A spear to Solo we saw earlier on in the match. Super kick, almost knocking out Roman Reigns. And then this, CM Punk saved Roman Reigns. Somehow, with whatever energy, it was like it was on instinct. But Jimmy would go high risk it all with an Uso splash off the top of the cage to take out Jacob Fatu. Let's get one more look at that. Boom! Taking out the Samoan Werewolf, the difference maker in the new Bloodline. And then Solo was all alone. Super kicks. A GTS. And then the message was sent. Boom! With a spear from Roman Reigns. And tonight's Savage Replay was sponsored by Slim Jim. Snap into a Slim Jim. They won with CM Punk on their side. Roman Reigns having a hard time as he and CM Punk come face to face. They agreed, and they did what they had to do. And the hand has been extended. And Heyman loves it in the background. A handshake heard around the world as the OG Bloodline, with the addition of CM Punk, the OG Bloodline, about to reclaim its former glory. But Solo still wears that Ula Fala and is still the tribal chief. But the pendulum, the momentum has shifted in favor of the OG Bloodline. The battle scars that one leaves when they leave War Games. Let's not forget, there's still a favor. CM Punk still has a favor he needs from Paul Heyman. And they agreed. And Paul Heyman very pleased. The wise man coming back to make sure everything went right here at Survivor Series. The wise man was able to pull it off again. Gotta hand it to the wise man and the OG Bloodline. What a photo to close out Survivor Series. War Games.